Now we will make a simple geometric application with you. Let us get a pen and a piece of paper. Let us draw hexagons starting from the edges of the paper. Let us try to combine these hexagons in the middle of the page. And let us try to achieve all this without using tools such as a ruler and a T-square and without making any calculations. As the hexagons increase and you move toward the junction points, you will realize how difficult and almost impossible it is to unite them. In particular, if you assume that these hexagons are made not only by you, but also by different people, the work will become even more impossible. Yes, this process, which is impossible for us, is only a superficial part of the usual honeycombing process of bees, because the hexagons we are trying to draw on paper are two-dimensional. Bees form three-dimensional hexagonal prisms. In the construction of these three-dimensional prisms, there are also very accurate calculations like the thickness of the walls, the elasticity of the walls, and the problem of joining the bases of the cells on both sides, since the honeycomb is bi-directional. Another fine detail is the fact that the inner angles of each hexagon are to be arranged at 120 degrees, and the combs are to be made at an angle of 13 degrees to the ground. Bees start building honeycombs with such fine details from the top, and the honeycomb is made downwards by different bees from 2 to 3 different places at the same time. How can a honeycomb be so regular even though it is constructed beginning from different ends? Moreover, there is no place of joint upon it. One of the most remarkable points in the construction of honeycombs is that every bee joining the team later can immediately start work by understanding the stage of the construction. As the bees continue to weave the honeycomb from different places, every new bee who starts the construction starts to weave from a different angle. As a result of this, there must be something messy, but a perfect structure emerges. If we try to do the same thing on a sweater, how would a sweater that started to be knitted from 3 different points look? How can an extremely flawless structure emerge though different hands are involved in this task, and it must be messy naturally? How can those little bees weave the hexagons without making a single mistake? Is it possible for such a magnificent deed to be the work of chance, or may these beings have learned these things by themselves? The bee is a cause. The extraordinary work it does is an effect, result. Since the cause is simple and the effect is perfect, the cause cannot be the doer. Now meditate on the mismatch between the cause and effect. Imagine how simple the causes are and how great the effects are. The wonderful things this little insect does will make even the most stubborn minds accept that the Lord, who educates and teaches the bee, is behind the scene. Yes, the being that teaches them their duties, employs them, and makes them do wise deeds is Allah, as the following verse declares, "And thy Lord taught the bee." Those who deny Allah ridicule themselves in the eye of sane and logical people by claiming that these little bees discovered and did those things themselves.